First of all, let me start off by saying rest in peace to Tyre Nichols, the young man who was killed in Memphis by the five cops. Condolences, prayers go to you, your family, and your 4-year-old child. Damn. I wanted to come and talk about this because I wanted to wait and see what happened and at least be knowledgeable about what happened or whatever the case may be, because I knew that an incident like this would show its head at some point, ladies and gentlemen. So I want y'all to understand that this is not police brutality is not one of the most talked about things like it was 2 years ago before the election, and that all of a sudden those things are not. Once the election was over, immediately those things became back page news, if it even made the news. But they couldn't wait for this to happen. They could not wait for this to happen, and they put it out front, y'all. They put it out front, unlike what they have been doing for the last couple years or whatever the case may be. I would refer y'all to the incident where the police officer claimed she thought she pulled a taser. And actually, I can't remember the young man's name, but she actually claimed she thought she pulled a taser and she shot the young man, 19 years old. That really didn't hit the news for about 45 days to 2 months, y'all. So now, this happens and the day of it comes out, ladies and gentlemen. You know why? Because our soul is about to be tested. Right from wrong is about to be tested. And here's the thing, in my opinion, we're failing. You know why? Because we're not talking about this like we were talking about George Floyd, like we were talking about Eric Garner, Trayvon Martin. We're not talking about this the same when it's all the same, y'all. It's all the same. And never mind the enterprise, never mind what the copyrighted terms, and never mind the movement. But now we're going to start hearing the questions of do Black lives really matter to us? Why? Because a black life was taken, still by a cop, still by cops that look like us now, still by police officers, and yet our attention is elsewhere. We want to talk about Krishan Rock and Blueface. We want to talk about all of these celebrities who couldn't give less of a fuck about us. And as long as we're watching them, and as long as we're going to their concerts, and as long as we're watching their movies and shit like that, we want to talk about those people. But here we have some real shit going on. And if we go back to between 2 and 5 years ago, the main thing that they would say is, we do this to each other. And here it is. They put it right here in our face. Don't think for a minute that for the last 2-3 years that the shit ain't been happening. Don't think that. It's just back page news until now. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the life of a young man, 29 years old. His 4-year-old child does not have a father anymore. And it's just as important as when any of these other brothers passed away, got beaten, got choked, got shot, all of those things. And we need to recognize that. Because did we do all the things that we did, all the marching, and all the talking, and all of the things that we did we do those things for the purest of reasons, because we know right from wrong, or did we do those things because they were hot at the time? Excuse me. And that's what's going to be tested right now. Are we willing to protest against these black police officers? Are we willing to keep the conversation going against these black police officers, much the same as we kept the conversation going about those white officers who did the same thing? Never mind what they think, but what do we think of ourselves? What do we think of our own lives? What do we think? Do black lives really matter? Never mind the propaganda. Never mind all the these people who have gotten rich off of those. Never mind that shit. The real words, y'all. That young man is not going to be able to raise his child. It should matter just as much. It should matter just as much. And a lot of you, I feel like a lot of us are torn on whether we want to talk about this but we can't turn our back on it. We can't turn our back on it. Because, believe it or not, this will become justification and the defense against them continuing to do what they do. Well, nobody didn't say nothing when the black dudes did it. That's what's coming. That's what's going. That's what's coming down the pipe, ladies and gentlemen. And also, we need to take this and add this into our lives. It's not fun. It's crazy for us to be able to look at black cops, 5 of them, 5 black cops who harassed this young man, never told him why he was being arrested, or detained, never told him anything, just forced him on the ground, beat him, tased him, and you're not saying anything to him, knowing what we've gone through as a country over the last 10 years, where we've visibly seen our young men, young women being beaten up and killed. By police officers. They know this. They didn't forget. They just feel like they could do whatever the fuck they want to. And we need to speak up. Period. Because I don't know about y'all, but black lives always matters to me. I'm out. I hope everybody have a blessed evening. Peace and blessings. Love. Show off.